Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the How You Can Help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you.
Hey everybody, Paul Burry, Family Friendly Gaming. I'm here for another FFG Politics. Court is in session. Okay. There was one topic, and I'm going to try to not get too angry about this, but this topic gets me really mad. I get really hot about this. I am sick and tired of pork in bills. Sick of it. I mean, and I really wish my fellow Americans would stand up and say, stop doing this. I am sick and tired of legislation that is called one thing and has got all of this funding for stuff that has nothing to do with it. I really am. I mean, this is ridiculous. And they think that and unfortunately, I guess it's true that a lot of people are not paying attention. I really wish this was not true. But I guess a lot of my fellow Americans are not paying any attention whatsoever to all the pork in the bills. Both of the stimulus bills had pork in them. Right now, I just read that the House of Representatives passed the $1.9 trillion spending bill, relief bill, and there is tons of pork. I mean, why exactly, in something to help Americans, are we giving hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries? Why is that happening? I mean, I always love this stuff. We have all this debt, but we're going to go throw a bunch of the U.S. taxpayer money, our money, to other countries. How is that helping us? How? I don't understand. If you can explain this to me, please leave a comment below and tell me how this is helping us Americans. How throwing our money to other countries helps us. Because I don't get it. I don't see that giving us jobs. I don't see that increasing people's wages. I don't see it. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe I got these blinders on and I can't see behind my wig. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. But it bothers me. And I'm so sick and tired of it. Here's what I want. I want Congress to have one item per bill. Legit. If it's like, okay, we want to give Americans $1,400 to help you out with the Democrats shutting down all the different businesses and not letting people work and having to buy masks and having to buy sanitation and having to buy water and all the other things that have gone with it, right? Okay. I really got no problem having that discussion, having that debate on that one topic. What bothers me is they go, we're going to give $50 million to this museum, and we're going to give $100 million to this other organization, and we're going to give $300 million to Planned Parenthood. And no! Keep it all separate. Seriously. If what you're, and see, here's why they do this, because they know it will fail. When I was in Washington State, and this used to irritate me beyond belief, they would do their budget, and they would spend so many hundreds of millions of dollars on art. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with art. I just buy the art I like in video games, okay? If I like the art, I buy it. I'll go buy a poster. I'll go, if I like some art, I buy it. Like, I don't understand, why some people are like, you must hate art. No. I'm talking priority lists, right? So they would do that, and then they would come to us right after they had spent all the money, and they go, oh, we need to raise your taxes to pay for the police. We need to raise your taxes to pay for emergency vehicles. We need to raise your taxes for the fire department. Now, call me cuckoo, call me crazy, but to me, priority one should be fire, police, emergency. Maybe you sit there and say paying for the government to stay open at the top, But why exactly did they spend all the money on the arts when they should have funded the police, when they should have funded the fire, they should have funded the emergency. Well, they know if they come to us and said, okay, we want to raise your taxes for some arts, people are going to be like, nah, no thanks, don't want it. They know they're not going to win that. But if they go say, oh, we need you to raise your taxes for essential services, people are going to be like, well, yeah, of course we need essential services to be paid for. Well, duh. So they're wasteful of our money on one side, and then they sit there and like have to raise taxes for essential services. And I'm saying stop the waste. Another thing Washington State used to annoy me. They did a study and they found that 50 cents of every dollar taxed made it into the classroom. Now, this is like, so every dollar taxed for education, half of it made it to the classroom. And so a few of us were like, well, where's the other half going? Oh, we don't really know. You don't really know. How can you not know where half of the money is going? We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, how are you losing hundreds of millions of dollars? Where is that money? Well, you know, we need more money for education, so we got to raise your taxes. I got a better idea. Why don't you find half of that 50 cents per dollar, right? That 25 cents, and then you're going to get yourself hundreds of millions of dollars more for education if you find where that money's being lost. Like, and here's the thing, here's a question I've always asked. Who can make the decision on how to spend your money better, you or the government? When the government is constantly wasting our money with pork, I think we should go, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. We can decide better what to do with our money than you when you keep wasting it. And we have proof after proof after proof, proof after proof. And I know this is how the swamp of corruption in Washington, D.C. works. So let's say you have some, I don't know, representative from California, and they want a study on some frogs. So they sit there and tell everyone, I'll vote for the stimulus bill 3 if you give me 100 million so we can study frogs in California. And so they go, okay, sure, put it in there. And I go, no. Studying those frogs in California has nothing to do with helping us out. I guess it would help out whatever organization that does it, so you're helping out one little pet project. But again, that's not helping the majority of Americans. You should be doing what you could help the majority of Americans. If they weren't doing all this pork, they weren't doing all this wasteful spending, they could give us more money. Legit. Maybe, if they weren't doing all this wasteful spending, we could actually get to a balanced budget again. We could get America out of debt instead of constantly adding to debt and kicking the can down the road and like someone else will figure this out. And then some other problem comes up and we got to spend more money and borrow more money, and I'm like, why? Why? It irritates me no end. I want pork gone. I want bills to come through one line item. I don't want these massive, 500-600 page bills that come through. And someone's like, well, we have to pass it to read it. No! It shouldn't be that big in the first place. It should be very small. It should be very like, you know what? We need the Smithsonian to be funded. Okay. And they can give an up or down vote on Smithsonian. We need to, reinforce religious freedoms. Then it should be an up and down vote on that one topic. Religious freedoms. It shouldn't be, we're going to tie in, something in Louisiana or Florida about killing off the pythons. We're going to go give them, $50 million to go hunt the pythons to make the environment better there. Why? And the thing is, I want you to understand this. I'm not saying that some of these pork wasteful spendings are not possibly helpful. They are definitely helpful for people in that area. But I'm so tired of all of these things being tied into something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, we're going to put in the Affordable Care Act, but in there we're going to put all this other garbage that has nothing to do with health care. Why? I don't understand. I think it should be this topic for this, we do another bill for that. They could get a lot more done if they just had one item in there. And they said, you know what, we're going to help Americans with this spending. And then we're going to go help these other businesses with this spending, and then they can sit there and have up or down votes on them. And people can be like, you know what? I don't really think that the Opera House needs that much money. Let's drop it. You know? Or I don't think people in Kentucky should be paying for some entertainment in New York City. We could have some really good conversations. Instead, they lump it all in there, and then the politicians have to vote yay or nay. And then, if you ever pay attention during political ads time, during elections, then you have all these ads about, well, they did this and they did that. And you know, when there was like 500 different topics in a bill, they voted for 450 of them, but they really didn't want to vote for the other 50, but they had to because it's part of it. It's all encompassed. So then they had to go back and be like, well, I got to vote for all this. And you're like, that's not good. They should be able to vote with their conscience on each topic. So I would love to see bills narrowed down to just one topic. And then you could sit there and say, okay, yay or nay on that topic. And then we know what our representatives are actually voting for and against. We don't have to sit there and find out that, well, yeah, I voted for that, but only because there was 50 things in there that I liked and 20 that I didn't like. So that's why I wound up voting for those 20 things I don't like and I disagree with. Or, you know what, those 20 things are so egregious, I voted against it. And they're like, well, you voted against these 50 other things. Well, no, I voted against these 20 things, but no, one at a time. You know, that's my opinion. You can leave a comment below if you agree or disagree. I thank everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.